Hello and welcome back, guys. Today we're going to look into modular force, not modular force field, but modular power suits. To begin with, I built a power suit and a Tinker's table last episode, and today we're going to look into adding modules to our power suit. And before I go any further, I want to say I do have the sniffles. So if my voice is a bit off, that's why, and I am sorry, but I thought I would give you an episode anyway. So I have set up a recipe in here for an HV capacitor, and we're going to need 2 of those for how I'm going to set up my force field, maybe correction, my power suit, and I might need more later down the line, but this is what I need to begin with. So it was glowstone, 2 of these wirings, a piece of glass, and 1 ender pearl gives you this HV capacitor. We're also going to need some force fields emitters. We're going to need 20 of these, so quite a lot. And these solenoids is made like this, and we're going to need many of those. So let's set up them like this, and that's not going to be enough. And I doubt that will be enough, but let's start there for now. Let's just make a few more wires while we're at it. If I'm not mistaken, it was like this. Nope. And it was the gold on the sides. Yeah. So as I said, you're going to need a lot of these wires, and I'm not kidding. So the force field is going to be like this. So quite expensive to make. We got 8 now, and I said we needed 20. So as you can see, quite expensive. So let's just put in the first couple of stuff here. As I said, in the torso I want an elite battery, and once you install it, you can see you get a salvage button. If you press that, there is a chance you get your HV capacitor back, or maybe just some of the parts for it, or if you're really unlucky, nothing. And the module is obviously not installed anymore after that. Out here you can see I just got a bar. This is the size of the battery I want. You can see it has a weight of 2 kilograms and a maximum energy of 750 kilojoules. So I said your maximum weight on your armor shouldn't go above 25, because once you go above 25 you start to move slower. So I will anyway keep this up to maximum, which makes it weigh 10 kilograms. But we can store 5 megajoules in here now, which is quite cool. Then I also want this energy shield. It requires 2 force field emitters, so let's install that. And again, up to max. This weighs nothing, it's just a force field, but it uses energy every time you take damage. So, in the legs, again, a force field, and again up to maximum, and an elite battery. Now my total armor weight is going to be 20, so I only have 5 kilograms left to play around with, and I think that will be more than we need actually. So currently you can see the energy on our legs and our torso is 750 kilojoules out of 5 megajoules in each. So if I put them on like this, you can see in the top left corner it says 1.5 kilos out of 10 megajoules, which is kind of useful. So let's just put this on for good measures. There. So even if you're wearing it, you can still add modules to it, which is quite cool. Now I also want a force field in the helmet and a force field in the boots, just to make sure I am as immortal as possible. I'm not going to place batteries in those 2, because your power armor is going to use energy the energy is shared all over the power armor. So in theory you could just have one battery powering your entire armor, but I want to be sure I have enough armor. So that's why enough power, so that's why I have added power armor in both. Now we are down to one force field emitter, but we have pretty good armor. As you can see, we are all but immortal. Or I think we are immortal as long as we have power. Now, what else do we want to add in here? We want a solar generator. So for that we need solar panel and some control circuits. We also want flight control, another control circuit. We want night vision, control circuit, and a hologram emitter. This aura meter would be cool as well. So goggles of revealing and hologram emitter. Water electrolyzer. Well, that could be cool. It makes so that if you're under water and run out of air, it will use some energy and give you air back by making the water around you into oxygen. Quite cool. So that will require a low voltage capacitor. On the torso we also want the jetpack, which requires iron thrusters, 4 of those. We want gliders, which requires 2 glider wings. On the legs we want the kinetic generator, which requires another control circuit, and servo motors. We also want the uphill steep assist, 2 servo motors. I don't think we want the swim boost, but maybe in the future. The sprint assist, I think we want 2. So that's 4 servo motors. Jump assist I don't think we want, because we are going to be able to fly. The boots, we want the jet boots just to help us fly. We want the shock absorbers, so we are able to fall down without taking damage. And that's basically it, guys. So we're going to make some circuits, control circuits here, and they require cactus green, gold, glowstone, redstone, and those wirings. So I'm not sure I have the cactus green lying around, but the rest I have at hand, so let's just put the recipe up and I will find some cacti green. I'm pretty sure we did have some cacti lying around at some point. We have some here. That's the polarizer. Keep. But I don't think we actually have any cactus green. No. So I'll just cut down the cacti outside, because I don't think 7 is going to be enough. So I have been playing around on 1.5.1 actually, with some of the mods, including the modular power suits, and I think I'm going to do a spotlight. It's been a while since I did one, and the modular power suits as well as thermal expansion, I think I'm going to do a spotlight on very soon. And the modular power suit have some added new features in 1.5, which I really like. So that's cool. Lots of new cool stuff in 1.5 for the mods that's already been updated. And part of me really wants to update this mod pack to 1.5, but there are some crucial parts that means we won't yet, because Railcraft is still in closed beta, which means I can't get my hands on it. Industrial Craft is open alpha for 1.5.1, but I don't really think it works very well, and I couldn't get it to work properly. So that's a problem as well. Most of the upgrades for Industrial Craft are, however, updated to work with the current version of Industrial Craft. So stuff like the charge pad we would still be able to get our hands on. Red power 2 isn't updated either, which is also a problem. So yeah, as soon as those three things are updated and fully available, I guess we will update, but then again FTB will probably update it as well at that point, so it will probably happen completely natural anyway. So now we got some control circuits, so I think some of the stuff I wanted to install only require, night vision. Let's install that one. Was that the only one that, no, that's low voltage. It might have been. I might have made too many of those, but yeah, we'll get past it. We also needed some of these servo engines, and I think we needed about 10 of those, so I might be mistaken, of course, but I think it was thereabout. So we are going to need a few more of these, and that's not going to be enough. So as I said, lots and lots of these wirings is going to be needed, but they are kind of cheap. I mean, 2 gold nuggets per wire means they are pretty cheap in my opinion. So it was like this, I think it was. Yeah, so I need some more iron. So to make a really cool armor, you're going to need a lot of resources, especially iron, but I think it's worth it in the long run. And compared to some other armors like the quantum suit, it's not that bad. So let's install some of these things. What do I need? There we go. The auto feeder I don't want. I mean, I understand if some of you want it. It basically just means if you're low on health, it will feed you, which is kind of cool, but I prefer to do it manually. So I just installed the uphill steep assist, which works like the boots I was wearing. So you can step up 1 block without problem, like this. Then we also want the sprint assist, which then has some more options down here. So I'm going to set the walking to approximately half the power, and I can barely see what it says there, but I'm going to set everyone to half. So walking assist means we walk a bit faster just naturally, but I don't want to be walking too fast because then it gets out of control, and this seems to be a pretty nice speed. Now the other one is the sprint assist, which is, as you can see, quite fast now. I could put it up even higher, but then I think I won't be able to control it properly. So this is fine by me. So now we got that installed, we also need some low voltage capacitors, and they look like this. So we need paper for this one. So where do I have paper? I honestly don't think I have any in this house. And I'm sorry, I just got a bit low, but I think I do have paper up here, if I can get in. Lots and lots of paper. So, like this, I think it was. And iron? Yeah. And I think we needed 3 of those only, so I hope I remember correctly. But the water electrolyzer needed 1, and there's nothing to tinker with that one. We also needed for the... can't remember what else it needed the low voltage. the kinetic generator we need to install, which doesn't need the low voltage, but the servo motors and control circuit. And let's just put that to maximum. It adds weight, so now our total weight is 24, which still keeps us below what we want to be. And I don't think anything else we installed adds weight. If it does, we might want to change the size of the batteries or the size of this. But basically, every time we move, we get a bit of power, and the faster we move, desto more power we get. So that's quite cool. Was it one of these? Okay. Apparently there was nothing else, but we need some wool. And I got 2 wool there. And then we are going to add the shock absorbers. And let's again just put that to maximum, and that's just the distance we can fall without taking damage. And it will consume some energy instead. Then we need iron thrusters. We need 6 of these, and each of these needs 2 force field emitters. So that means we're needing 12 force field emitters, which I already knew. And that was part of the 20 force field emitters I was talking about earlier. You can see we need some more of these wirings. Okay, that was not what I was going for. But let's just make a bunch of these wires. Stop that. Okay, that's probably not going to be enough, but still. And let's just turn... Okay, that's going to annoy me. So let's turn some of these nuggets back into bars. Good. Oh yeah, we needed to make them into these coils. Can't remember their name. I've been playing a bit with 1.5, as I said, which in 1.5 you can drag your stuff around here and it will place one, or you can drag them so it will equally shared out, and that was what I was trying to do, which obviously doesn't work in 1.4. So that might be enough, but I doubt it, honestly. So let's see how many we get here. 8. We're still missing 4, and we don't have enough ender pearls, I can see. We have for 1 more, and we don't have enough of those either. So we are going to make a few of these. Okay, I might have made a few too many wires, I'm beginning to think, but not that many still. So, and as you can see, I've made quite many of these wires, so as I said from the beginning, you're going to need a lot of those. 1 more, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now we want to make the iron thrusters. So 2 iron, glowstone, and solenoids, and force fields. So force fields like this, solenoids, which we are then going to need to make some more of, and 2 iron, so like this. So I'm going to need some more of these solenoids. So I'm using quite a lot of iron, as you can probably tell. So I wasn't that far off with the wires, the solenoids here. So Now I have for 2 and I need 6, so that's 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's probably some I'm probably going to need some more, but I don't want to build more than I actually need. So 6 of those. So we want the jetpack installed, and again I don't want to. You move pretty fast on this one, so we can always change it if it's too bad or too. However, the boots I'm going to set to maximum. So now we are actually done with the boots. There's nothing else. We have the energy shield, we have both the movement stuff, and we have installed this one. You could, if you want the armor invisible, or if you want custom colored, you could do that, but I don't want to. Legs, we have the steep hill, the sprint assist. We don't have the swim or the jump boost. I might change my mind on the swim, but not the jump boost. We do have the energy shield, we have the lead battery, and the kinetic generator. So we are done with the legs as well. The power armor, we still need the wings, but other than that, we are done with that. We have the shield, the battery, the jetpack. The active camouflage is a way to turn yourself invisible, but yeah. Now for the head, however, we want the night vision, which means we need a hologram emitter, and we want the aura meter, which again means the hologram emitter. We want the solar panel, which means we need a solar panel, and other than that, I think we have everything we want on that as well. So we need 2 hologram emitters and a solar panel. So the solar panel is glass planes around lapis lazuli, and the hologram emitters is wire, glass, glowstone, and some colorings. Good. So we needed 2 hologram emitters, and I doubt I have everything I need for that one, but still. Let's see what we're missing. And many of these things do have more than one recipe if you look it up in NIE, which is because I'm missing the rows. The rows. Okay, I know where I can. Okay, as you can see, you start to move quite fast. I actually think I only needed 1. And that gives us 2 of these. Then we want the glider wings, which is just iron, so easy peasy. And was that it? I think it was. So let's see, night vision, install. Aura meter, I do have the goggles, so install. Solar generator. Oh no, we're still missing that. So, do I have glass planes? Maybe I need to slow down the speed on my boots for normal walking, because it is getting a bit hard to control. Doesn't look like I have glass planes lying around. So, we'll just make some. And the lapis lazuli. And then I think we're done. So solar generator installed, water electrolyzer, energy shield, flight control, aura meter, night vision. So the helmet is done now. Then we need the glider wings. And I think we're completely done now. So that's basically how I want the armor to work. And I do have a bit of spare parts, but hopefully we'll get to use those in the future. So I'll just put this in here for now. Let's just turn all these gold nuggets back into gold. And as you can see, I'm moving pretty fast. So I think we'll just change that. So sprint assist we will be putting down a bit, and it might also be the jetpack, so we'll set that down a bit. This is better. And then if you press K, you get this menu up, and this is the tool. I have done this in another setup, so that's why. But you can see all the things you have out here and here, and I don't have the tool, but it still remembers what you set up in other worlds. But what you do is you press new, press the key you want, and if it's a key already used, it will say taken, and otherwise it will just give you a blue dot with the letter in, or number. And then you can drag these into it, and you can see. So if I press H, I will turn off the uphill thingy, or the night vision. And currently all my flight stuff is put onto O. So if I press O, you can see it turns off flight control, jet boots, and so on and so forth. For some reason it did everything twice, but you can see we're now at maximum energy. And it uses a tiny bit of energy all the time because night vision and stuff, but if we run, you can see it actually gives us energy faster than we using it, which is quite cool. So if I press O, see, everything turns on, and now we are flying. Now it takes a little to get used to, because this functions much different than the normal flight stuff of Minecraft, and the world doesn't render quite as fast, but we can fly quite fast. So we are flying towards wherever we are looking. We can fly up with space and down, not down with the crutch, but as I said, wherever we are looking. And we can stay still in the air. So all of this, quite cool. Now the reason I can fly upwards with space, I believe, is the jet boots. The jetpack, along with flight control and glider wings, is what makes me fly wherever I look. So personally, I think this is quite a good setup for the suit. And as I said, we are all but immortal, thanks to this power shield. And we only used 24 kilograms, which means we are just below what we could put one more kilo on somehow if we wanted to, but there's really no reason for it. So I'll just check how much time we've used, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so I can see we have spent approximately 28 minutes by now, and I try to keep my episodes around 30 minutes, so I don't think there's really anything more to do this episode. So it was all about the modular powersuit this episode. I hope you wasn't expecting anything else, in which case I'm sorry. And this was sort of a spotlight in itself, but there's been added quite a bit more in 1.5, and so I still think I'm going to do a specific spotlight on that. Now, before I leave, I want to show you that we've gotten quite a bit of honey. This tank is in fact full. This isn't completely full, but we have used all our honey. We've gotten a little propolis, and this crystalline pollen cannot be used. I have no idea what it's used for. There's some more pollen. That's not the right machine. And as I said, I think we need about 108 of those, and I have already been seen that in 1.5 the thing we're going to make here might not work. But I'm still going to make it because we are not in 1.5 yet. And maybe I can figure out how to tweak it so it won't be quite as good in 1.5, but we might be able to tweak it so it still works and still does what I want to do. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing. And if there's something special you think I missed or something you would want me to do, please tell me in the comments, and I do read them. I might not respond straight away, but I do read all the comments eventually, and I try to respond to them. So I hope, as I said, I hope you'll enjoyed this, and until next time, take care of yourself.